If you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Island Vibes show right here on Accelerated Radio with your Island Gastionary. And right now we're about to now link up conversation, real conversation, link up with the amazing Betty Rox in the building. Betty.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yes, girl. What is new? I know you're looking fabulous and ting, but what's going on since post this tragic car accident? I know with that like, whole experience that you went through and considering that you're still standing, you know, what is a prominent thing throughout all this journey that stands out in your mind?
Prominent thing that stands out. Whew. There's been so much to learn from or to take from this journey so far. I feel like one of the things that I have to basically make my motto now is that this too shall pass. And I say that because we all go through different things in life, and
absolutely,
we have to know that we overcome them, and there are ways to overcome them, and that moment will pass and then another day will come. And I just had to really look at it in that way and realize that it was whatever it was a part of whatever my journey is. And that I had to just accept it for what it is and move past it.
yeah.
So that's one of the things that I would have to say that is prominent for me, because now I want to use that in my everyday life, you know. Sometimes we complain about little things on a daily basis that, you know, are just so small compared to some of the things that we actually go through in our journey. And so it is helpful for me to try to live every day just knowing that I'm going to overcome whatever it is. And it helps me to wake up every morning, to go to the gym, to train, to physical therapy, like everything that I have to do to get back 100%. Then just got to do it.
Yeah. And do you feel like it was a test on your strength? Like, do you feel like, you know, in a way, sometimes we go through these obstacles and these tests and we don't realize how strong we are?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't realize my own strength in this moment, and how I've been able to kind of overcome this. I didn't really even realize, you know, the type of strength that I had. I think it was definitely a test of faith.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, a lot of people say they trust in God, they trust in a higher being, they trust in our ancestors, they trust in the universe. Like, everybody has their own somebody or something or some being that they put their trust in and that they look for guidance in. However, when the time comes when you have to pull from that faith, there's a lot of people that fall short in that particular scenario. So I feel like that my faith in my beliefs, in the fact that I was going to overcome this, was really where the test happened for me. Because I knew from the beginning that I was going to overcome it, and I just had to allow the time and the journey to happen the way it was going to happen.
Yes. And you know, it's so funny when that moment when I heard of that accident, it's like, as tragic as the news was to me, it's like right in that moment, that moment in time, I just knew God got you. The fact that when I heard that, you know, you're rushed off and had to do this emergency surgery and all that and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, you kept her alive.
Yeah.
You have something bigger for this woman.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just knew, as tragic as it was him still. It's still his masterful orchestration of how he works things in our lives, just flowing through.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think that there's more to it, and it just wasn't my time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, with that said, and you're back, looking gorgeous still, everything still set up nice and ting. Can we look forward to now with the return of Betty Rocks? I know you do these amazing sip and soca classes that has been so popular, and I know people miss that, and are probably waiting for that. But what can we expect now with the return of Betty Rocks?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I have so many things that
Right?
I've had so much time to think, to create, to plan, you know. So, I will say this, I can't list everything.
Of course, of course.
But for one, I miss my students. I cannot wait to get back to sipping soca. I miss dancing, and I know that there's gonna be another, time again where I'm able to dance and be on stage and do the things that I love. But one of the things that I really wanted to push this year is to not have any limitations, to do everything that I've always wanted to do, and to try my best to not sit on any ideas, not wait for whatever I think the time is right.
Absolutely.
Because obviously life is short. So I just feel like this year I'm just going to go for it. The sky's the limit for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful message, actually, which is something we're all guilty of, myself included. We're like, I'll just do it next year, you know.
Or next month or whatever, tomorrow.
When this kind of settle down. But, it's like time waits for nobody, man.
Yeah.
And it's flying faster every year.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the thing about what we want is we are putting it in the universe, and we're the ones that's holding it back.
Absolutely.
So if we want to do something, we just have to do it and make it happen. And it's okay to fail and try again, and then you never know, you can excel. It just depends on if it's the time for you to do what it is that you're supposed to be doing, or if it's the journey you're supposed to be on, it's going to flourish regardless. So that's just how I look at it. And in the past, I was always like, I have all these great ideas, and I would be waiting for whatever. I don't know what I was waiting for. So it just makes so much more sense now. For me, it's like, what are you waiting for? Just make it happen. Do it. Don't let anything stand in the way.
Absolutely. Well, girl, I'm looking forward to some amazing stuff from you, because I know going through a journey like what you just went through, it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It can only keep going from here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just want to congratulate you for staying strong through that journey, because I know it's not easy, and pulling through and being a living testimony of what having a strong mind and having faith and having determination, irrespective of how things are around you, you know, because you could have easily cracked, you know what I mean, and gone south. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And I'm sure there were times when you felt a lot of fear inside, and you know, these
I
kind
agree.
of emotions. You know, it's normal.
Yeah.
But you stood. You stood tall and you stood strong, and you're sitting here.
I'm grateful.
Absolutely.
I'm grateful to be sitting here, and you know, like you said, there are some ups and downs in the journey, but you know, like I said, I just had to push myself and allow myself to know that this was gonna pass, and here I am.
This too shall pass, like you said. This too shall pass. And then, you know, as I have a friend who always say this is his favorite Bible verse, which is, everything ultimately works together for our good.
Yeah.
I'm probably not saying it the way it's in the Bible, but it pretty much is saying that everything that happens ultimately works for our higher good.
This is true.
You know?
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I think that I needed this time to focus on myself, and you know, and it's good that we are able to get this moment for me to see a little bit of what was going on around me, as I was so busy.
Yes.
So
yes. So how can everyone follow you and your amazing stuff you're about to be hitting.
I'm
the
still
future.
on all social media as Betty Rox, BETTYROX.
Yes, very easy to remember.
My website is the same, www.bettyrox.com. It's under construction because we're getting ready to gear up for some new things.
Hey.
But yeah, everyone can just tune in, find me under Betty Rox on everything, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that.
You don't know. Betty Rox. Betty Rox. Follow her if you're not following her.